Vegas Magic is closing. Vegas Magic and a getter. Here's the wire, and Vegas Magic and Abel Cedillo have won the Sorrento Stakes.
Lost Ark and Lost Ark. Big, powerful strides. Puts them away in the sapling.
Justique very, very confidently handled by Victor Espinoza. He just let her stride home. Justique wins it impressively.
Those Keeneland grads, they've been sensational out there on the track, and it's time to find the next rising stars of our game. The 79th annual Keeneland September Yearling Sale is upon us, the largest and most significant of its kind, with well over 4,000 yearlings and some of the most sought-after pedigrees in the world offered at auction. Welcome to Rising Stock here in the FanDuel TV studios. I'm Christina Blacker. Joining me from the sales grounds in Lexington, Kentucky are my fellow Keeneland ambassadors, Gabby Gaudette and Scott Hazelton. Scott, I'll start with you. This is always such an exciting time as we kick off the sale, but this year especially as we roll into the fall meet and then championship weekend.
Yeah, it does not stop. The racing calendar doesn't. You go from Saratoga/Del Mar. Del Mar still with a few more days left to their racing season this summer, right into the biggest sale in the world, and right into Book One, which last year set the tempo for the entire sale, and that promises to do it again this year with the 371 that are cataloged in the main Book One, also a supplemental catalog as well. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to hearing more from the team behind the sale here at Keeneland September as we bring in Gabby Gaudette.
Thank you very much, Scott. And here with the Vice President of Sales, Tony Lacey. Tony, the format has pretty much stayed the same. Book One, Book Two, spanning over the course of 4 days with one dark day at the end of that. What made you want to keep that format this year?
Well, the feedback we've gotten over the last number of years and before we came on board, everybody was really wanting a consistent format and one that worked for everybody, not just sellers, but the buyers. So having 2 days in both Book One and Two, it allows buyers to be able to look at their Book One horses and give them plenty of time before they're able to go on and look at Book Two horses, and should have a lot of those looked at and their shortlist done before they're able the first tip walks through the ring. So it flows really well. It's been well received by consigners, by buyers, by everybody. It feels very good out here. The best horses get the most time, and that's what's really paramount. These are really important to the industry, and these are our future stars, and we want to make sure we celebrate them.
Obviously, we're a couple years out of COVID and the pandemic and all the restrictions with traveling. Have you seen any changes with the international presence with buyers?
It's been a huge change. It's actually been really refreshing to get a lot of the calls that we were hoping for last year. But last year, with the restrictions were there, it was almost impossible to get visas for people. So this year, it feels like everybody's coming back. Everybody's excited to be back at Keeneland. It's a sort of the center of the thoroughbred industry at this time of the year, and we can't wait to see all those familiar faces. And we've seen a lot already. And again, some of the bigger entities are already here, represented here, if the principals are not here themselves. But we do have a strong presence of the principals, which again is going back to the glory days, and that's what we're really trying to encourage as well.
Love to hear that, Tony. Thank you so much. And here with Cormac Brannock, the Director of Sales. And Cormac, I mean, we've seen a big summer for Keeneland September Sales graduates. Life is Good, Nest, Olympiad, just to name a few. What kind of momentum does that garner going into this year's sale?
It's really key, and it's very exciting for us for this year's catalogue. You know, Forte was so impressive last week in the Hopeful, and he was bought by last year's leading buyers, Mike Rapoli and Vinnie Viola's partnership, and his half-brother's Hip 11, the Uncle Mo colt that Bluegrass have. So that's just, that's what brings the people here with so much energy and purpose and gets us off to a roaring start, hopefully.
And Tony had mentioned it. Keeneland is literally the center of the thoroughbred universe over the course of the next couple of months, really. The September sale, the fall meet, the Breeders' Cup, the November sale. Can you catch your breath? What is it like leading into this fall?
It's just so exciting. We'll go from one to the next. I mean, the race meet in October will follow about 10 days after the sale ends. We've got Fall Stars weekend. We've got 9 Breeders' Cup winning you're in races that opening weekend. We have 22 stakes, record purses, 8.75 million in stakes purses over the course of the meet. And then it's, we end on a Saturday. We've got Friday, Saturday Breeders' Cup, and then Monday November Sale, and we've nearly 3,700 horses catalogued for that. And then the race horses will be in the racehorse sale on Thursday, November 17th. And after that, we'll catch our breath, I think.
Eventually. Thank you so much, Cormac, and good luck with the sale.
Thank you very much.
All right. Of course, there's a lot of buzz here on the sales grounds, but I know you're looking at a couple of horses. Scott, what do you have?
Yeah, hot hips, buzz horses. We're going to barnstorm the sales grounds here at Keeneland September and focus in on 3 horses that we've heard discussed quite a bit here since we've arrived in Lexington, Kentucky. Starting with hip number 36. This is a filly by Curlin. Obviously, the fillies by Curlin have been flying. Nest, Malathat come to mind. His yearlings have averaged $1 million this year, and hip number 36 comes from the Grade 1 winning first stamp Separation of Powers. She won the Grade 1 Frisette. She won the Grade 1 Longines Test Stakes, and this is a proven cross. Curlin with Candy Ride mares, 4 winners from 4 starters. So hip number 36 early on day 1, about an hour plus into day 1, that's session 1, which gets underway at 1 o'clock Eastern time. And then hip number 165, you want to talk about proven crosses. Warfront with Galileo mares, 56 winners overall from 84 starters. Horses like Grade 1 winners Fog of War, Roly Poly, Grade 2 winner Master of Hounds, and Grade 1 winner U.S. Navy Flag. So the stalwart Warfront well represented with this colt, hip number 165 from the Denali Stud consignment. Bye Bye Baby, that Galileo First Dam Group 3 winner overseas. She's well related. She is a full sister to Serpentine, the Investec Derby winner from just a few years ago. So Warfront, Galileo mare, and then hip number 247, another one that we've heard plenty about. Hip number 247, a colt by Into Mischief, and this is a full brother to Authentic, Breeders' Cup Classic winner and Horse of the Year. So hip number 247, full brother to Authentic, certainly creating a lot of buzz here at Keeneland September. But Christina Blacker, 199 sires are represented in this sale alone, but there's always a special bit of buzz when it comes to those fresh faces, and there are plenty of them here in 2022
that's right,
at the
Scott.
September sale.
Let's welcome in the freshman class, shall we? We have a fantastic group of new stallions that will be represented by their first yearlings at this year's Keeneland September Sale. Take a look at this list. Right at the top there, Florida Derby winner Audible, one of Into Mischief's best-looking sons. Record-setting Catalina Cruiser, who can be found at Lane's End. Dual Surface Grade 1 winner Catholic Boy, Champion Sprinter and Mile winner Matoli. Warfront's Arkansas Derby winner Omaha Beach. Grade 1 winning Millionaire Preservationist. The Breeders' Cup Classic winner Vino Rosso, the lightning fast son of Cantheros, World of Trouble, and Yoshida, Grade 1 Millionaire from the Sunday Silence line. It's time now to meet some of the consigners who will be very active at the Keeneland September Sale this year. We begin with Stone Farm, where, as Arthur Hancock says, quote, "If you take care of the land will take care of you." For over 5 decades, the Hancock family has raised thoroughbreds on some of the best land in bourbon country. The farm now comprises nearly 2,200 acres. Here's a few highlights from this year's consignment.
Lynn, can you just talk to us a little bit about the consignment and especially raising some of these horses for Bobby Flay?
Sure, yeah. Everything we have up here for book 1, well, any of our consignments is something that we've raised, so we take good pride in that. And great to have a consignment up here for Bobby. We say this is his B-Flay special. But 5 really nice horses, good physicals to match, just top pedigrees. So we're excited to get rolling.
So let's start with hip number 88. This is a filly by Constitution out of Tis a Hit, after a Grade 1 winner.
She is, yes. She's a half chick I'm dancing. She's done great through her prep and is walking well up here, showing herself well. And again, just nice to have that really good pedigree. It's always, if you can bring a horse up here who's a half to a really good racehorse, never hurts. So we're excited to see what she can do.
And moving along to hip number 115, this is a colt by Uncle Mo out of White Hot. And talking about White Hot, Pizza Bianca, I mean, she was so exciting this year.
Absolutely. And again, half to a really good racehorse. Pizza Bianca is White Hot's first foal. So can't complain when your first foal is a Breeders' Cup winner. So hopefully more to come from her this fall. It's just a really live family, deep family. And colt by Uncle Mo, who's had a huge year, and we're super excited about him. He's just athletic. He's beautiful. So keep our fingers crossed for Monday.
And then finally, hip number 191, a Bay filly by Quality Road out of Cover Song. It's always nice to have a Quality Road filly in the camp, huh?
It is, yeah. We're big fans of Quality Road. This filly is a really good representation of his stock, and again, huge family. Bobby has those just really top pedigrees, top mares that we're fortunate to be able to raise them and bring them up here for sale. She's been doing great. Also, first foal out of Cover Song, contemporary art of Dubawi filly, who they have really high expectations for her. She's a winner, and they look to get some graded stakes on her page. So, yeah.
How would you describe this filly physically?
She's beautiful to me. She's, again, athletic, just racy. She has all the right angles, very balanced, and she walks well, she moves well, has a great overstep, so just kind of all the things that we like to look for in an athlete. So
Awesome. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
So Stone Farm well represented there, and we want to focus our attention on a few of these horses even further over at the Stone Farm consignment, which is just really a few steps away from where we're located here at Keeneland, the sales pavilion. Hip Barn 15 is where you can find Stone Farm.
Yes, and they have 5 horses selling in book 1. So we saw Lynn talk about 3 of those. We're going to take you and introduce you to 2 other ones as well. Hip number 131. This is a filly by Uncle Mo out of Arragansett, and the broodmare sire is Tappet. So really nice pedigree from top to bottom, as you can see on this page. What I saw from her when she was showing, though, she had a really kind eye and a really athletic build. And of course, Scott, she is by Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo having a really stellar season with his progeny, Mo Donegal, the Belmont Stakes winner, and also Golden Pal.
Hip number 320 is where I'll take you, consigned by Stone Farm. This is a son of Constitution, who had a yearling high last year of $385,000. How about the family here? This is a half-brother to American Patriot, the Grade 1 winner of the Makers 46 Mile, the first dam Life Well Lived. She's produced 4 winners from 5 starters. She's a full sister to the Dubai World Cup winner, Well Armed. So a big-time page here. And speaking of proven crosses, Constitution with Tis Now mares. It hasn't taken long to find success. How about horses like Grade 1 winner Tis the Law and Grade 3 winner We the People? So proven crosses are really what buyers will be focusing in on, and certainly hip number 320 from Stone Farm has that by Constitution out of that Tis Now first dam. So Stone Farm, as you mentioned, 5 horses in book 1, Christina, as we look forward to that getting underway on Monday.
Scott and Gabby, thank you. We move ahead. Family owned and operated since the 70s, TaylorMade Farm has grown to be one of the largest and leading consignments in the thoroughbred industry. But as the Taylor brothers will show you, that boutique feel, it's still there. Everyone is family. TaylorMade has a very successful 2021 sale last year. They look forward to this year's offering. Take a look.
Pleased to be joined by Frank Taylor, TaylorMade Sales, as we get ready for the Keeneland September Sale. And last year, over 300 yearlings sold, over $37 million in gross. How would you sum up what the September Sale was like back in 2021, Frank?
Well, it was a great sale, very refreshing to get out of the COVID and start heading into good days. And it was just an amazing sale. And, you know, as always, the September market brings every buyer in the world to it. And it was strong, and it just fed on itself, and was just a great sale.
You've got some really nice yearlings that we had a chance to take a look at, part of this group that you'll bring over for September. We'll start with hip number 59, Quality Road filly. Quality Road giving us great fillies such as Caledonia Road and Abel Tasman. What can you describe about this filly and what you've seen from her leading up to the sale?
This filly's just a big 2-turn Oaks-looking filly. You know, she's got a ton of quality to her, very smart, has a great walk, and she's just very special. You know, I think she's there was one that sold in Saratoga that was really nice, but this filly I think is equal or better, and she's just a super good filly. Got everything. She's got pedigree, she's got looks, she got the sire, and she got a great walk.
Half-sister to Plainsman, who made well over $1.4 million. That's hip number 59. Hip number 72, another really nice filly. And you were describing to me the way that these fillies look off into the distance. What does that look that they have tell you about their quality and their class?
Well, one common denominator when you see all these Grade 1 winning fillies that come off the track that we sell, if there's one common denominator of them, it's their minds and the way they look. They have that presence, that kind of eagle look, that where they stare off way in the distance and just look like they're in a trance. And this, both these fillies do that, especially this filly here, 72. But this filly's just a very special filly. This filly's just got a super family. You know, it's second to none. It's a blue hen family. And this filly physically, she's just big and strong. She's got as good a walk as any filly I've ever seen, which that's very typical of these American Pharaohs. They all have great walks, but this filly's got class. She's got a great mind. She got a great pedigree, and she's just a collector's item.
With hip number 222, how good has this family been to you all and to this mare's owner, and what has the journey been like to be on with this family that's hip number 222?
Well, Dream of Summer, she's a special mare, and she's like 23 this year. So the mare's a Grade 1 winner. She's produced several Grade 1 winners. And, you know, this horse is by Justify, an undefeated Triple Crown winner. So he's just got everything. The one hole in this that people will knock on this horse is that he's out of an old mare. But this horse doesn't look like he's out of an old mare. He looks like he's out of a maiden mare. He's big, strong, athletic.
Just looking at this colt, like you said, he's got quite the size, quite the body, quite the family, and an active family at that. Frank Taylor, TaylorMade Sales, they won't be hard to find. Just look for the khakis, the blue shirts, and the red ties. They'll be ready to roll Keeneland September.
And TaylorMade Sales, of course, is a well-oiled machine. If you go back down there to the barn, it works like clockwork. We'll reintroduce you to some of those other hips and take a closer look at hip number 59. Again, consigned by TaylorMade Sales. And this filly by Quality Road out of SS Pinafore, and that broodmare is by Street Sense. Now, when you look at this filly, too, you can just see that she just seems so elegant, but she has a really strong shoulder, and she also looks like she has a lot more growing to do, which is something that a lot of buyers focus on at this point in time during the September sale. Quality Road, the sire of Bleecker Street, she was a Grade 1 winner this season, winning the Grade 1 New York Handicap, and this particular filly is a half-sister to Plainsman, who won over $1.4 million in earnings. And the nice thing about this pedigree, too, is that the broodmare, she actually has had 6 horses to go on and race and 4 winners, including Plainsman, and Liam, too, has some black type. It's a really nice pedigree showcased here, but also a really elegant look, Scott.
Yeah, they are some gorgeous horses here out of the TaylorMade consignment, and I'm going to go over to hip number 72. This is a filly by American Pharaoh, and last year, this yearling's filly, half sister, brought $1.9 million, was purchased by Larry Best and his OXO equine. And obviously American Pharaoh speaks for itself. Taylor S, stakes winner. She's produced a winner by the name of 4 Grands. And under that second dam, you find Miss Macy Sue. She's the second dam, one of the most impactful broodmares in recent history. She has produced Liam's Map, Not This Time, Matera. So from the immediate family of that successful line by American Pharaoh, hip number 72 should create quite a splash come Monday. And you can check her out down at Barns 3 and 4 for TaylorMade. So that's hip 72. You'll take us over to hip number 222. He's a big, good-looking gray colt by Justify.
And I'm so happy that you guys touched on that, because this is an older mare, and sometimes people like to stray away from older mares, but you really want to look at the individual and the physicality of the individual, and he does. He has great size to him. Another one that looks like he's just going to grow and mature and get better and better with time. But on top of that, he also looks like a natural athlete. Look at the extension in his walk. He also has his ears forward. He looks like he has a really good mind as well. And this is a proven family. Dream of Summer, his mom was a Grade 1 winner. She created Creative Cause, Vexatious, Destin, multiple Creative Cause and Vexatious, Grade 1 winners, Destin, multiple graded stakes winners. So this is a proven family.
It certainly is. And Christina, speaking with Frank Taylor about this mare, Dream of Summer, he said one of the things that's great about being part of the team and being part of the team behind individuals is when you come across mares that change people's lives, and that's exactly what this mare has done through the years for the owner of the First Dam, Dream of Summer. And who knows, could hit another home run for him come Monday with hip number 222 here at the Keeneland September Sale.
Let's hope so. Big, good-looking horse, as you guys mentioned. Led by the mighty Tappet, the Gainesway Stallions have left a lasting mark on the breed. With 36 yearlings in Book 1 alone, the Gainesway consignment will be a focal point for many buyers across all sessions. Their traditional and picturesque farm in the Bluegrass offers state-of-the-art amenities for the Gainesway grads. Let's take a look at a few of the highlights. We're going to start first with hip 28. This is a daughter of Justify, Chestnut filly here, and she is out of the Australia mare Sansaria, an Irish bred mare. Justify Horse of the Year, Triple Crown winner. He needs no introduction. His first foals are 2-year-olds of 2022, and we've seen so many of them performing out on the racetrack. The dam I mentioned she's by Australia, and the second dam, Sansaria, quite a bit of black type throughout her pedigree. A winner at 2 and 3 overseas. Lots to like about this big, beautiful chestnut daughter of Justify. Let's check in with Scott and Brian Graves of Gainesway for more on this filly.
Here with Brian Graves at the Gainesway consignment. Hip number 28, a gorgeous chestnut filly by the Triple Crown champion Justify. Aside from her looks, I mean, she looks to be the complete package from a pedigree standpoint to the look standpoint as well, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is the shape of a horse, any horse that you would want. You know, just physically, she is a picture. She looks just like her old man, Justify, who's off to a sensational start. He looks like he could, you know, be the leading freshman sire. He's got a Grade 2 winner and a couple Grade 3 winners already. So those horses are all class, and she is just an absolute athlete. You know, you just look at her and she's outstanding.
She is a gorgeous filly. Make sure you come down to barn 2. She's hip 28, consigned by Gainesway. Chestnut filly by that Triple Crown champion, Horse of the Year, Justify.
Another one from the Gainesway consignment is hip number 105. Another chestnut filly here, this time a daughter of Curlin, twice a Horse of the Year and a classic winner himself. Among the leading sires with 11 crops of racing age. The first dam is Valcluse. She, a daughter of the late, great A.P. Indy. She's already produced a few stakes winners herself. Luke's Alley, Arafana come to mind. And if you go back through the pedigree even further, a lot of black type on the page. Another striking chestnut filly, this time a daughter of Curlin. Back to Scott with Brian.
Hip number 105 out of the Gainesway consignment, Brian Graves, a filly by Curlin. That should do here at the Keeneland September Sale, just that label alone, right?
Yeah, we're very excited. This is probably our nicest filly, homebred from the farm, from Mr. Beck's operation that we brought to sell. Curlin's exciting right now. He's the sire of Nest, Clarier. He's Malathot. His yearling sale average has been $1 million with 9 sold heading into the September sale. And this particular filly is, like I said, one of the nicest that we had at the farm. It's out of an AP Indy mare that's already produced a Grade 1 winner, and we're really excited to see what she'll do.
Well, if you're looking for a classic-type filly, look no further than hip number 105. She's down here at Barn 2, part of the Gainesway consignment, a filly by that dual champion, Curlin.
Thank you, Scott. And we'll take you to another one in the consignment, hip number 195. And I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but one of my favorite stallions will always be Speightstown. And this colt is by that stallion. He just has so many versatile foals, and we have seen that year after year after year after year. Now, this colt by Speightstown out of the first dam Checkers, she was multiple graded stakes winner, but she also produced Switzerland, who too was by Speightstown. So this colt is a full brother to Switzerland, who was multiple graded stakes winner. I thought one of his more impressive performances was in the Maryland Sprint Stakes when he won that on Preakness weekend. This is a fast, precocious pedigree, and I also think you can see that from his physical build. Just a really strong shoulder, really strong, powerful in his hindquarters, and that's where the speed comes from. That's where the engine is. You can already see that he has all the bits and pieces as a yearling. but he will eventually really, I think, be precocious, fast, and just a really athletic looking individual. Scott?
Down at barn 2, hip number 195 for Gainesway, and Brian Graves joins me once again. This is a stunning colt, looking at hip number 195. What are some of the highlights to this Speightstown colt?
Yeah, look, he's nearly a May foal, but you can see the size and leg of him is just kind of outstanding. He's a full brother to one of Speightstown's 3 Grade 1 winners this year. So we got a nice update with him since we bought him in November for $350,000, and you know, he's just done really well compared to the other colts in the consignment. He kind of stands out, and you know, we're hopeful that he might sell well.
He is a gorgeous colt, son of Speightstown, full brother to Switzerland, multiple graded stakes winner and winner of the Grade 1 at Golden Shaheen on World Cup night in Dubai. Check him out, barn 2, part of the Gainesway consignment.
Great info there from the Gainesway consignment. The FanDuel meeting at Kentucky Downs is off and running, and for Keeneland graduates, this has been a very lucrative week. Horses offered on auction at the Keeneland September Yearling Sale are eligible to compete in a pair of allowance races at the meet worth $250,000. Big congrats to this year's winners, Dunedin, trained by Kelsey Danner for NBS Stables, and the undefeated showgirl Lynn B for Bob Hess and the Westlake Racing Stables. It's break time here on Rising Stock. When we come back, we're going to check in on the 2021 sale topper. Where is he now? We will find out.
Able to get 50, able to get tram pin, 1,750,000 where at 50 here, able to get what's saying down pin, 1,000,700 is the bid, 1,750,000, 1,700 one try, 50 here, able to get 50, waiting on you, Raj. The 1,000,700 is in the back, 1,750,000, just no, 1,700 here, able to get last call, great opportunity at 1,700,000, 1,750,000, through and done. Thank you, said no, 1,700,000 time in the back, 1,700,000, thank you.
I have always loved this colt. I have always known he was special. And I knew that people would like him, but usually people like a horse for a certain price, and nobody can ever dream about $1 million. I can't even say it.
Not just $1 million, but $1.7 million. The look on your face was priceless. We were watching on the screen as you were standing off to the side when he hit $1 million. What were you thinking as this process was going on?
I am so proud of my horse and my crew. They're just, and the mare is my favorite mare. Of course, anybody would say that now, but I've always felt like he was special. And he came here and 8 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, he's still just marching. He had no bottom. He had no bad attitude. He had no, I mean, he's just a fabulous horse. And I've always known he was special. And my goal was to come up here and be one of the 10 best City of Lights. I think I'm the best one.
Special indeed. That was our flashback to 2021, and hip 612, the son of City of Light out of the Tappet Mare Anchorage, was the September Sales topper. Woodford Racing, Tala Racing, and West Point Thoroughbreds went to $1.7 million, as you saw, to take him home. And for an update on him now, we go to Joaquin Jaime.
We're back here at the John Sadler barn where in stall 38 you're going to find Prosper, the 2-year-old son of City of Lights. And when you look up Prosper's work tab, you're not going to see anything. He doesn't have any works just yet, but John Sadler told me that this colt is doing very well and is expecting him to get him on a normal breeze pattern when he returns to Santa Anita at the end of the month.
Good things come to those who wait. We look forward to Prosper very soon here in Southern California. If you've been surfing social media lately, you may have seen an episode of the Keeneland Files with Australian bloodstock agent Craig Rounsfell and trainer Dan Blacker. Today's episode takes us to the TaylorMade consignment. And as we say every year, this sale is a marathon, not a sprint.
Knackered. First day of boot camp started back today. What do you want me to say? Look at Lynn. Arrived in Lexington, Kentucky this morning and hit the ground running here at Keeneland. Looked at half of book one, 181 horses we got through today. Early bird catches the worm. This is Louis, he's helped me this year.
Nice to meet you.
Just a walk, thanks. Just a walk, thanks. Another walk. It's going to bring some money. Let's go for a walk, thanks. Just a walk, thanks. Yeah, typically I don't want a new stallion out of an unproven. Yeah. Let someone else take that shot. You know. Let's go for a walk, thanks. Just go again, thanks. Walk's good. Just a walk, thanks. This is a nice horse, shit. Just a walk, thanks. Just a walk, thanks. Just go again, thanks. You can see it better. See how it walks away. Big page. I love first files if they're strong and good. Kind of rolls on those knees. Tendons, yeah. Tendons, you never look at them side on. Always look at them at an angle. He could be good value too if they're off the stone and a bit early in the week to get kicked. Mill Ridge, best cake on grounds, bar none. You have to try this. A few more laps of the sales ground later to get rid of this, but this is the best on ground. Just go again, thanks. Looks like he's been eating that rum cake. Although Mr. Hancock always tells me don't say anything bad about a horse until at least 10 years after it's dead. We've narrowed the shortlist down and ones we can afford to about 3 from that list today. Finished book 1 looking, first looks tomorrow. Sunday we'll do rechecks and then getting our vetting list together. And then Dan arrives on the red eye Sunday night after the races finish at Del Mar.
Bring your sunblock, your walking shoes, stay hydrated. Good luck to all the bloodstock agents who will be out there. That was just day 1 of Keeneland September. The Banderoff family's Denali Stud is consistently among the leading consigners of yearlings at public auction in both Kentucky and in New York. But in addition to their sales success, they pride themselves on their success of their graduates on the racetrack. Uncle Mo, Bolt Doro, Haynesfield, just to name a few. Here's a look at a few of their 2022 yearlings.
Here with Conrad Banderoff of Denali Stud, 21 book 1 yearlings for the upcoming Keeneland September Sale. What's it like having that kind of quality in book 1 at Keeneland?
Well, ask me in a couple weeks, Scott. No, look, it's fantastic. We've got a strong group, and hopefully the buyers think so. We're getting close to the time where what we think is not as important as what the market's going to think. So we're fixing to find out, but we feel like we're going in with a strong hand and a couple bullets to fire, and should be a really strong market. I think there's a lot of encouraging signs. Certainly the couple of sales that have started off the year have all shown some strong demand, and that should only carry over the momentum into Keeneland September.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of these quality fillies that we're going to be taking a look at here for book 1. Hip number 225. She's a filly by Curlin. You've got a grade 1 winning First Dam Dream Tree. This is her first foal. What can you tell us about what it's been like to be around this filly by Curlin, Hip 225?
Just a really strong, athletic filly, very imposing. It's a great mix, and certainly Curlin fillies can do no wrong at the moment. Having a fantastic year, a banner year for Curlin, and a great mix of some precocity from the mare with some of the classic influences that Curlin will throw you. But this filly just has a tremendous shoulder and deep chest and girth on her, coupled with just a really strong hip and hind end. And you can just imagine, as she continues to fill into that frame, what she's going to look like as a 2-year-old and as a 3-year-old down the line. And just a filly that we've always liked a lot and has always been very strong, very well balanced, and just looks like an athlete.
Hip number 248. She's from a Galileo First Dam, another first foal from the First Dam, daughter of Justify. That'll turn some heads given what this first crop of 2-year-olds has done.
I think it's amazing what Justify's doing. I don't think anyone would have thought that he would have had some of the quantity and quality of runners that he's had as 2-year-olds, but that Scat Daddy influence, Scat Daddy throws a lot of precocity, and I think that's really coming through. And but he's just, whether it's in in California, at Saratoga, in Ireland. I mean, he's getting runners everywhere, and they're quality runners. And this filly is just that. I mean, she's class, and has been from the day she was born. First foal out of a Galileo mare. But she's got some size and scope for that, especially, Galileo's, you don't necessarily tend to see that, but I think Justify's kind of throwing some of his frame and leg into it, and just a tremendous mover. I could watch this filly walk for days. She just drops her head, has great overstride, and just an intelligent filly, and you can just look at her and see that, she's very willing and takes everything in stride, and just a very kind of kind, intelligent eye on her.
It doesn't hurt that she comes from the family of Medaglia d'Oro. Flowering Peach, her first dam. What can you tell us about that Galileo first dam?
Galileo, he's just an amazing stallion, one of the best we've ever seen. Not only gets you a racehorse, but an unbelievable broodmare sire. Certainly with Galileo fillies, we've been lucky to bring a couple back to the farm for clients that are, now having foals and are very productive. And, Galileo he throws great willingness and heart. I think Aidan O'Brien says that that's the one common trait is they're just triers, and they want to, when they get into a battle, they want to get their head down on the line and beat that other horse, and that's why he loves to train them so much. But they're really good movers. All the Galileos have a very free-flowing, very fluid walk, and this mare herself was a good race mare. She was fourth in the Epsom Oaks, just missed out, and that's something that obviously doesn't show up on the catalog page, but gave us a lot of confidence when, recommending the purchase of the mare for a client. Just knowing that, that's one of the best races in the world, and for her to be that competitive, would give a good shot of hopefully passing that on to her offspring.
Well, confidence is what you get with Denali Stud, and certainly you'll see that over the course of the Keeneland September Sale here in 2022, but especially with the 21 yearlings offered book one at Keeneland September, thanks to Denali Stud.
Scott, each and every year, Denali Stud, if you walk past the barn, you can see just how elite their consignment is year after year, but this year seems particularly exciting. We'll take a look at hip number 225, go back to this filly by Curlin, and they said it at Curlin, he's one of the hot stallions this season, especially with his fillies and how they have been performing on the racetrack. But what's also exciting is Dream Tree, the first dam. She is a very young mare. So she's just getting going. This is her first foal. She was undefeated in her first 5 starts. She was a grade 1 winner at 2. So you kind of couple that precocity with a proven filly sire in Curlin, and it could be a very exciting prospect. Scott, what do you have on hip number 248?
Well, a filly from another young mare. You heard Conrad talking about Flowering Peach, the daughter of Galileo, who produced this Justify filly, fourth in the Epsom Oaks, one of the premier 3-year-old races overseas. Medaglia d'Oro's under the third dam. You got a stakes-winning second dam, Naples Bay, the daughter of Giants Causeway. So a proven family, generation over generation, and a filly by Justify, who, as we've heard and we'll talk about at length over the course of this sale and sales to come, he has just been lighting it up. Justique obviously comes to mind as far as the fillies are concerned from this first crop of Justify runners. But Christina, Denali Stud, quite an honor roll if you take a look at the horses that are graduates of their program, horses like Uncle Mo, Carolina, Belmont Stakes winner Sir Winston, Malathat, that great filly, speaking of daughter of Curlin. They just time and time again bring phenomenal yearlings here to the September Sale.
The list goes on, Scott. It's been a banner few years at Paramount Sales as well, as they've watched recent graduates Life is Good and Jack Christopher compete and win at the highest levels. The team will start strong in Book 1 with offspring of Justify, American Pharaoh, and Into Mischief as the first of many that they will lead up to the ring. Let's learn about a few of those hips.
Here with the Paramount Sales team, Pat Costello, Spider Duggan, to talk about 4 Book 1 September yearlings here at Keeneland September, and we'll start with you, Spider, with hip number 29, a colt by Justify, which certainly should be a big selling point coming into the sale.
Absolutely. I think Justify does all the talking. There's a lot of expectations, but nobody probably expected him to be doing this good this early, because they were big 2-turn horses, but they just have so much raw talent. this horse is out of a Galileo mare, which probably is one of the best broodmare sires in the world. So it's a good package out of a deep family. But I think Justify is phenomenal what he's done.
How would you sum up the way that this colt moves all across the ground and the way that he looks?
He's a very athletic colt, good walker, nice balance, beautiful neck, good hip. He's just a very nice package.
Pat, hip number 63, a filly by Kitten's Joy, another stallion that needs no introduction, another Galileo first dam. What are some of the highlights for hip number 63, this filly?
Yeah, beautiful filly again, huge walk on her. The mother's a half to Bodie Meister, and it's a beautiful family. We all know Kitten's Joy, what he can do, and Galileo, both of them, and this is a beautiful individual, yeah.
Spider, hip number 138, another filly, book 1, Keeneland September, daughter of American Pharaoh, stakes winning first dam, and quite the family underneath as well.
Yes, and this family is all female families, all Castleton Lions, and Castleton Lions I think are breeding a hell of a lot of good racehorses. They have just won the test there last week, and they have Jack Christopher this year, and it's phenomenal what they're raising there, and that family is their joy and pride, like Gioponti was. We all know what he was. And America Pharaoh, I think, has had his best year to date. He's definitely had his best year as a dirt sire. And in Japan, he's phenomenal. So the filly is a big, rangy, fantastic walking filly, just very balanced. So I think it's a good package.
And then Spider, finally, hip number 324, another incredible family of Little Nick and Little Mike, that multiple Grade 1 winner, and another pretty hot young stallion, Bolt Oro, represented with this colt.
Well, I don't think there was any stallion at the 2-year-old sales that was hotter than Bolt Oro this year, because they're extremely fast. And then he didn't disappoint. They're just winning every week. There's another good winner by him. And this colt is a very fast-looking colt, very early, very fast-looking, out of a distorted humor mare, which doesn't hurt. So I think another good package.
No question about it. So another well-represented group for Paramount Sales for book 1. Pat, how exciting is this time each and every year coming into Keeneland September?
Oh, it's always very exciting. As you see the horses coming, getting prepped, and everybody's a little bit nervous, but I think the market so far this year has been very, very good, and I don't see that changing in any way. So, yeah, we are very excited.
Paramount Sales, well represented, book 1, nearly 20 yearlings for Keeneland September. And let's go back to hip number 63. She'll be down at barn 19. A Kitten's Joy filly, a young filly here as well, young mare, I should say, Sugar and Tay, the daughter of Galileo. She a half-sister to the Grade 1 winner, Bodie Meister, and multiple graded stakes winner, Under the Stars. So hip number 63, one of the final opportunities to get a Kitten's Joy yearling here at Keeneland September, Gabby.
All right, hip number 138 we'll take another look at. Again, this is a filly by American Pharaoh out of Atonia Autumn by Bernstein. So taking a look at American Pharaoh and what his progeny has done on the turf. Above the Curve, a recent Group 1 winner at Longchamp. This horse is related to Gioponti, champion grass horse. He won the Arlington Million, made over $5 million. To me, this is a turf pedigree, really exciting turf pedigree that might be attractive to international buyers.
And again, Christina, highlights, honor roll, however you want to phrase it, for Paramount. Horses like Life is Good, Stiletto Boy, Morello, the list goes on and on and on for Paramount Sales.
Scott, Gabby, thank you. The new kids on the block come by way of Highgate Sales. Jillian Gordon and Jacob West pride themselves on modernizing the bloodstock business, all while maintaining a deep respect for the traditions involved. This will be their first Keeneland September yearling sale, and of course, they plan to start strong. Let's take a look at a few of their featured offerings.
Here with Jacob West, but not to talk about him in the bloodstock agent role, even though I'm sure that will still be going on, Jacob. But as far as Highgate Sales, a new name to the Keeneland September Sale. I know you've had a few sales under your belt. How have things gone as you transition into this aspect of the sales arena?
They've gone very smooth. Jill Gordon kind of heads up a lot of the stuff pre-sale, and so she's been able to stay out in front of it. It's a big storm that's coming, but we're going to be able to weather it, I think.
You gave me one of the better quotes that I've ever gotten from a September Sale interview. You said, coming to Keeneland September is like shopping at Tiffany's. So what kind of pearl necklaces, diamond necklaces are you bringing over to Keeneland September through Highgate?
Absolutely. Book one is definitely shopping at Tiffany's, and then kind of get into the later books, you might be shopping somewhere else. But we're kicking off our consignment Keeneland September Sale with 3 colts that are very, very nice horses. One by Uncle Mo, one by Quality Road, and the other by Constitution, all with good updates in their families, and all athletic horses and vet well, and we're ready to take them over there and show them to the world.
Well, let's start with the Quality Road colt, hip number 120, son of Quality Road from the Grade 1 First Dam Yellow Gate. You told me, speaking of gates, the way that this horse walks. How would you describe the way that he covers the ground?
This horse has one of the most athletic walks of any horse that you're going to see over on the sales grounds. It's not very often that you see a horse that's by a dirt stallion out of a dirt mare like this mare in Yellow Gate move the way he does. Just the release from his shoulder and then the step behind that he has is pretty unbelievable. He's a big horse that covers a lot of ground and stands over a lot of ground. And when you look at him, you close your eyes and you kind of start dreaming of the big 2-turn races down the road for him.
Hip number 192, son of Constitution, who's had great crops of runners out there, but this is a half-brother to Kamari, who continues to add to the page.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his sister ran a huge race in the Honorable Miss up at Saratoga. But this horse here, he's by Constitution, who kind of needs no introduction here recently with the likes of the horses that have shown up, on the track for him. Beautiful horse. Big, strong horse, again, moves very well, very athletic, kind of looks like one of those 2-turn, go-win-the-Derby type of horses.
And hip number 204, the colt by Uncle Mo, productive First Dam, march to the arch. The old boy just keeps on adding to the page. What do you like about this colt, hip number 204, the son of Uncle Mo?
It's kind of a broken record, but again, you look at these horses and what the market has shown us and is that they want the big 2-turn horses that look like they can get a route of ground, and that's exactly what you get with this horse. He's got the pedigree to back it up too. Uncle Mo just continually shows up, on the weekends and the big Saturday races, and we're very excited to take him over.
Coming into your first Keeneland September Sale, you and Joe Gordon, Highgate Sales, how different is it for you getting a consignment together versus the years in past coming in and looking at horses and shortlisting horses?
Yeah, I mean, I spent 10 years at TaylorMade prior to launching my own bloodstock agency. So, you kind of, I always refer to them as like the New York Yankees of selling horses. They're the best of the best. So kind of putting those shoes back on the selling side, but you never forget how to do it. It's like riding a bike, but, we're looking forward to it. The market's hot right now. And what the horses we're going to have on offer, we're really excited to see what they bring.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing these Book 1 yearlings, outstanding colts, Highgate Sales. Make sure you come out and check out their consignment at the upcoming Keeneland September Sale.
Thank you, Scott. And we'll take another look at hip number 120. This is a colt by Quality Road out of Yellow Agate, who is by Gemologist. Yellow Agate, another very young First Dam, and she was really nice. She was trained by Christophe Clement during her racing career. She was a closing sprinter. She was a Grade 1 winner as well. And there's also an update in earnings with the sibling, Gasoline, the half-brother by Curlin, has an update in earnings since the catalog came out, Scott.
Hip number 192, part of the initial offerings of Highgate Sales here at Keeneland September. Colt by Constitution, Cozy Up Lady, that daughter of Cozine. Ironically enough, Tom Proctor just walked past this, a man well noted for his success with Cozine runners. And then the half-brother to Kamari, Grade 1 winner, won the Madison Stakes right here at Keeneland, and since the catalog has picked up another Grade 2 victory. Kamari, this colt's half-sister, winner of the Honorable Miss Handicap, so just continues to be active and add to the family. So, Christina, Jacob West and Jill Gordon, two names very much synonymous here in modern history at Keeneland September, and they have some very big clients that they'll be representing with their first crop here at Keeneland September through Highgate.
Yeah, Scott, we certainly wish them the best of luck. Scott Mallory's boutique Mallory Farm does it all: boarding, breeding, foaling. They sell about 60 yearlings per year at various sales and have brought a select group to Keeneland September. Here's a few highlights.
Here at Determined Stud with Scott Mallory to talk about Book 1 offerings for Determined Stud. And first of all, this is a new name to Keeneland September. What can you tell us about this venture that is Determined Stud?
Determined Stud's owned by Matt Dorman, and he's not really a newcomer in the business, but he upped his mares a few years ago, and these are the offsprings of the mares he bought at Keeneland and a couple other sales 2 years ago. He bought some really nice mares, and we've got a total of 7 offered in this sale. 4 of them are in book 1, and several first foals out of several of these mares. And the book 1 offerings are really nice, and the 2 we're going to talk about today has some recent really nice updates.
Hip number 54 is where we'll start. The hip 54, a colt by Into Mischief, stakes winning First Dam. Quite a family here. What are some of the highlights?
The mare's got a full brother or full sister to this horse that's running currently, and also Lady Wears the Ring ran 3rd in the Ontario Colleen Stakes on the 12th. This is a very nice colt by Into Mischief who has been hot year after year. And this mare, is one that we plan on keeping in the broodmare herd for quite a while.
And then hip number 286, Justify. His 2-year-olds are flying worldwide. This has an international appeal to it as far as the pedigree. There's a lot of selling points with hip number 286.
This colt, he's a typical Justify that I've been familiar with. He wasn't a really pretty baby, but he's come on strong in the last 2 or 3 months, and this colt looks like Justify. I mean, the white, the chestnut.
Scott, quite an update to this colt's pedigree page. The full sister to the First Dam, Magical Lagoon, had some recent success overseas, right?
Yes, she won the Juddmonte Irish Oaks Group 1, and this colt here has really prepped strong, and we really look forward to seeing him in the ring. I think it'll be nice. You can see some of the Galileo as well, and it has a lot of European appeal to it. So we really have some high expectations for this colt.
How much do you look forward to the Keeneland September Sale every year?
It's stressful until we get there. And then once we get there, it's like a sigh of relief. And, I mean, we're pretty much camped out there for 20 straight days, it seems like. But it's what we look forward to in this business every year. The September Sale, it's where we sell our our crops. It's that kind of thing that we look for September. And it is a marathon, but, it's fun. It's where everybody's at, especially the first few books. You see so many people that, from all walks of the industry, and you see a lot of people from overseas that you don't get to see at other sales and stuff. And it's just really exciting. And Keeneland does a good job promoting it and upping the hype for the book 1 sale, and it makes it really exciting with the format they have now.
Really looking forward to it. So make sure you check out Determined Stud's offerings through Scott Mallory at the upcoming Keeneland September Sale.
Coming up after the break, it's fantasy draft time. We'll give you a look at who we would be taking home if we had a blank check, and talk about some of those hips to watch, plus a look at hip 60, the sibling to Justify.
There is a look at hip number 60. You'll see him on Monday walk through the sales ring for Glenwood Farm. The Gunthers, a colt by Curlin from the First Dam, Stage Magic, who has been so productive here as of late. Christina, half brother to Justify, half brother to Lieutenant, and John Gunther telling me that he feels that this one will be about a 16-1, 16-2 colt once all is said and done.
Going to be a big one. Okay, draft time. We are short on time. I'm going to go to hip 36, one of those buzz horses we talked about earlier. The daughter of Curlin out of Separation of Powers. She had a body, as you saw earlier, those big ears, lots to grow into with that frame. Scott, how about you?
Brian Graves sold me on hip 105, the filly by Curlin. I'm thinking long term here, and with the average being $1 million for the Curlins this year, going to have to spend some cash, but with this kind of family, half sister to a Grade 1 winner and champion up in Canada, give me hip number 105, the daughter of Curlin.
Okay, I'm taking a little bit of a risk with my selections. I'm interested in new stallions this year. A new sire at Spendthrift, Omaha Beach. He was a Grade 1 winner. That's going to be my first selection, hip number 336. I love how this horse looks. He's got a good, strong shoulder. Looks like an athlete, Christina.
Scott and Gabby, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in here for Rising Stock. A reminder that our coverage of the sales brought to you by our friends at Run Happy. We'll see you from Keeneland for Book 1.